Fun 107, Michael and Maddie, Friday morning, September 20th, 2024. George R.R. Martin, the creator of Game of Thrones. Can you imagine his brain dreamed up the story of Jon Snow and Mother of Dragons? He's 76 years old today. Gary Cole is 68 today. He played the dad in those Brady Bunch movies, the ones that mocked the Brady Bunch. Any advice for the young people out there?
A real friend likes you for who you are, not what's on your face. If you judge your friends for passing judgment on you, you're not only judging yourself, you're judging your friends for judging you, and that would be using bad judgment. Oscar-winning
actress Sophia Loren turns the big 9-0 today. Light a cigar for Celtics legend Red Auerbach. He was born 107 years ago today. 16 of the Celtics championships were won with Red Auerbach. 26 years ago, Cal Ripken finally took a night off after 2,632 games in a row. He intentionally ended his streak by sitting out a game against the Yankees, ending a 16-year run. Most baseball analysts agree that is one record that may never be broken. 10 years ago, a graduate from Nauset Regional High School had the number one song on Fun 107. Meghan Trainor's All About That Bass was our number one song. 7 years ago today, Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico. Thousands were killed, billions in damage. And 3 years ago, the judge in the Jazel Correa case overruled the jury. Oh, God. Fun 107, Michael and Maddie going to see some light rain throughout the day today. Tomorrow, kind of a steady light rain in the morning, and the showers continue into the afternoon, and then we will dry up for Sunday, says Kelly Bates.
Bringing your taste of Hollywood right here to the South Coast. And we are here for it. We're spilling the tea with Maddie's entertainment update on the Michael and Maddie Show.
So George Clooney has finally responded to former President Donald Trump, telling him to go back to TV and get out of politics. It took a while for him to respond to Donald on social media in July, calling Clooney a fake movie actor who turned on President Biden after Clooney wrote an op-ed for the New York Times, calling on Biden to step down as Democratic presidential nominee Trump, calling both Clooney and Biden rats. Well, Jimmy Kimmel read that Trump post to Clooney on Kimmel's show this week.
Clooney should get out of politics and go back to television. Movies never really work for him.
I will if he does.
Yeah. Burn. I love that. When was the last time Donald Trump was in a movie?
Home Alone 2.
Was that the last time?
I think so.
So that was what, 1990?
Yeah, exactly.
What was that?
I don't know. Late
90s. But then again, when was the last time George Clooney was in a movie?
Fair.
I'm trying to think. I have no idea.
The last one I remember was The Descendants, but that was a long time ago.
The Descendants?
Yeah, he was, it was a movie set in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea. So I guess they're even now, right?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, the saga continues. More updates coming of P. Diddy and what's going on with him. But honestly, the most concerning one is a viral video that's making its way all over social media. It's a throwback video of P. Diddy and Justin Bieber hanging out, and social media got their hands on it. It's described as concerning. It shows P. Diddy seemingly facing off with a young Justin Bieber, and they're apparently recounting details about 48 secretive hours spent with Justin Bieber, stirring unease among a lot of people, reminiscent of their reaction to another recent resurfaced video. It depicts a 16-year-old Bieber as P. Diddy is kind of probing the young singer about their diminished exchanges over recent months. But this one's kind of weird. Apparently, for whatever reason, P. Diddy is watching Justin Bieber for 48 hours. I don't know why he would be the babysitter in question, but apparently they had a lot of plans for the next 48 hours.
48 hours, he's with me. So, and we're going to go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about.
Doesn't that make your skin crawl?
It's tough. It's tough
like,
to see.
Why? I mean, at that point, I have no idea how old he was. Probably in his 40s. Why is a 40-something-year-old babysitting / hanging out with a then 13-year-old, and you're going to go out and find girls? I don't know. It's very, very cringy. It's just like, I don't like it. Apparently,
it's cringy without even knowing the background later. If you didn't know about what went down, but now that you know, what Diddy's MO is, it's really bad.
It's really bad. It's just like, why? And now everybody's obviously concerned for Justin Bieber because they're like, what was your upbringing like?
What was he exposed to over those 48 hours?
Exposed to, exactly. We actually have an update on Diddy's prison commissary list, and it is quite humbling. He will have his choice of purchasing a 6-pack of water for $4.50, decaffeinated coffee for $3.55, or powdered milk for $5.75.
I like the Velveeta cheese.
Yes, Velveeta cheese blocks. You can get that for $3.70. Yeah, this is a long way away from the top, as they say. So we'll just have to wait and see what comes next for the legal stuff. But things aren't looking great. Things are looking great, however, for Sabrina Carpenter. This woman is unstoppable right now, and you can expect a Christmas special from the superstar, a nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter, set to premiere on December 6th on what? You guessed it, Netflix. Yes, she is unstoppable, and they announced it yesterday, revealing that she is set to star in her very own holiday special.
Expecting someone else?
I love that. I love that. So coy, so clever.
Little Mariah jab.
Yes. According to the press release, she will feature musical guests and perform songs from her 2023 holiday EP, Fruitcake, as well as a handful of other holiday hits. She's the perfect person to do this.
She can do no wrong right now.
She really can't.
More entertainment news on the Fun 107 app. Michael and Maddie, going to be a rainy day today, more rain tomorrow, and looking a little bit better for Sunday. So if you've got something outside to do, if you need to do some yard work, that is a Sunday job.
So my husband works like clockwork, and every fall season, the video games ramp up. And it's so interesting. It's like spring, summer, he's not really playing them. But in the fall, with football season, he's like, yup, I am playing football. I am playing Call of Duty. But I walked downstairs last night to a game I've never seen him play before. And I was so confused because I'll be the first to admit I don't understand video games. I like to play Mario Kart and race cars and whatever. But I will never understand the gaming universe. I walk downstairs and I look on the screen and he's just controlling this guy lifting weights.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I go, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, just, play my new video game. Yeah, I see that, hon. What are you doing? Like, don't you work out enough? Like, what are you doing?
Working out on the video game.
Apparently, he was explaining to me that in this game, you have to, make your characters stronger.
Yeah, that's the new NBA 2K25.
The NBA 2K25. And I was just so taken aback by it because I'm like, how is this a video game? So you're not spending time with me. You're watching a robot lift weights to get what? To boost stats?
You want me to explain it to you?
Kinda.
So
he explained it, but I'd like to hear your take.
If you don't work your guy out, he doesn't have the stamina as he would if you do.
Okay, that checks out.
The whole premise behind these video games, like the sports video games, is to try to make it as real as possible. And in real life, basketball players have to work out.
Yeah.
And if they don't have the stamina. So if you want, you got to get 99% stamina. Is it legit? I don't know about that.
Well, because I was concerned that my husband is like addicted to working out or something, because he's in the gym every single day and now he's playing video games.
Gym video games.
Where I'm like, okay.
First of all, what a terrible video game. Like, how boring is that?
Seriously, so boring. What are you doing? I don't understand. Like, you don't see me. I don't even know what I could relate that to. I mean, I guess you don't see me putting makeup on a random character online.
Right, it's like a mundane task. So what's the most mundane task you got? Now you put that as a video game.
I don't get it, man. I truly thought he was messing with me. I thought he was like, watch this. I'm going to put this random thing on or something. I don't know. I'm just glad that this is an actual video game.
It's an actual video game.
All right.
And it has, legitimate explanation.
All right.
I do think it's weird, though, too.
Okay.
It's definitely odd.
It's a choice. I mean, he also roots for the Cowboys, so,
This is true. On 107, Sabrina Carpenter and Taste. It is Michael and Maddie Friday morning. And you know when you just bump into that perfect Christmas present for somebody and you're just like, gotta get it. This is it.
Oh, boy.
You know what that feeling?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like, yes, I finally nailed it.
So I understand it's September 20th, but I have found the perfect Christmas present for Maddie Levine.
What?
That's correct.
Oh, my God. I feel honored.
You are going to love it.
Okay.
It's one of those things I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to wait until Christmas to give it.
Okay.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I can't.
What are we doing here?
Until Christmas to give it to you because it is a Christmas ornament. So I want you to have it so you can hang it on your Christmas tree.
That's so nice.
It's from a company called My Little Town, and they've been making super local ornaments and mugs for a long, long time. They've got like Dell's lemonade cups. They've got Benny's delivery trucks. Very, very Rhode Island, and that's you. You're very Rhode Island, right?
I love this. So
this year, they're putting together a very special ornament of the Washington Bridge.
That I don't think. Thanks, but no thanks.
So they're making these little miniature Washington bridges for the holiday season.
To be fair, I love ornaments, and they're supposed to commemorate things, and there's, I think this is a good gift because it's like it's not that I want to remember this, but it's like it's a moment in time.
You survived it.
We survived it for sure.
My Little Town describes the new Washington Bridge ornament on their website by simply saying, Washington Bridge debacle. Who's to blame?
Oh, my God. Do you realize the amount of amazing things that have come from this Washington Bridge debacle? It has been insane. Like, there has Warwick Ice Cream. They came out with their own
flavor of ice cream,
and it's called Washington Bridge's Crumbling Down or something like that. And it's like cookie crumbles and just like deliciousness. And then there's something else too. I think like somebody came out with bumper stickers like I survived the Washington Bridge. Yeah. Like it's kind of becoming a thing.
It's going to commemorate. This is a way for you to commemorate the year that was and look back fondly.
It's a year without a Washington Bridge.
And every time you decorate your Christmas tree every year, you're going to think of me when you put up the Washington Bridge ornament.
Oh, God. All right.
So Merry Christmas, Maddie.
Thanks, buddy.
It is 6:53. You can read more about that if you want to get one for somebody that you know at fun107.com. 90-second news update now, and Phil Devitt is in the newsroom.
Taunton and state police are investigating the murder of a 17-year-old from Brockton. Kemetri Cole was shot and killed early Thursday morning in a mobile home on Lothrop Street. Another teen was injured in the shooting. No word on arrests, and the investigation is ongoing. One injured in a Swansea rollover crash Thursday night. Authorities say a Subaru Outback veered off the road near Locust and Oak Streets, striking a guardrail and fence before landing on its side in a backyard. A rabid raccoon found near New Bedford's Buttonwood Park. Park. Residents are urged to vaccinate their pets against rabies. Contact your vet or local pet store for more information, or hang on until November 2nd when a city-run clinic will happen at Brooklawn Park. Dozens of Fall River residents woke up to find their tires slashed on Wednesday. Police believe 40-year-old Liduino Tavares is responsible. Authorities are asking for the public's help in locating him. The Massachusetts Supreme Court will hear arguments in November on Karen Reed's appeal. Reed, accused of killing her Boston police officer boyfriend, claims corrupt cops are framing her. She's appealing 2 charges, arguing the jury found her not guilty on 2 counts before the judge declared a mistrial. The Postmaster General is rejecting claims that it won't be able to handle mail-in ballots. Louis DeJoy was asked by a reporter on Thursday about Donald Trump's claim that the Postal Service might misplace mail-in ballots ahead of the 2024 election. DeJoy said he has the same response for everyone who says they're not prepared for the election. Quote, "It's that they're wrong." And cancer deaths in the U.S. have declined. That's according to a report released by the American Association for Cancer Research, which found that the cancer death rate went down by 33% between 1991 and 2021. The cancer death rate for children and adolescents has also dropped by 24% in the past 2 decades. In sports, the Patriots lost to the Jets last night, 24-3. Next game with the San Francisco 49ers a week from Sunday. Red Sox lost to the Tampa Bay Rays 2-0. Back home to play the Minnesota Twins tonight. First pitch at 7:10. Traffic and weather next. From the Blue Point Restaurant Newsroom, I'm Phil Devitt for Fun 107.
You know, Kamala Harris, and then Donald Trump said, I hate Taylor Swift,
yeah, that's
right?
True. But this started back with, I believe she endorsed Joe Biden.
She did, and then she also
made cookies.
She did something for a local congressional race in Pennsylvania. Or no, Nashville. Nashville.
Yeah,
but oh God, on Sunday, I'm heading up to my parents' house. They're having a family reunion, and I am dreading it because I know exactly what's going to happen. I've got uncles, my uncles, and they're brutal, right? They don't care. And my uncles purposefully bring up politics and on purpose.
What?
And then my cousins get all flustered.
Yeah.
And people leave and people get upset. And it's I've seen people storm out of parties. I'm telling you, have you ever seen people online and stuff with families getting broken up, friendships breaking up over
very stupid things? Well, I don't want to call it stupid because politics is a very serious matter, and whatever you believe in, and that's your right.
That's the point, though.
That is literally the point. Exactly. Whatever you believe in, that is your right. Okay? You are not going to change someone's mind. You're just not going to.
Never in the history of Facebook has one mind been changed about this stuff.
I'm
you could post it until you turn blue. You're never going to change somebody's mind.
It really is disappointing, though, to see how it just divides friends and families. It is wild.
It's incredible that people allow that to happen. And I guess, I don't know. People do have their very strong feelings about very particular issues, and I get it.
Yeah.
But would you ever allow that to break up a friendship or just don't talk about it?
I saw it the most in 2020 when people were incredibly opinionated about COVID. And then I'm seeing it again for this election. And you see this mentality of oh, well, you think you know a person.
Yeah.
And it's oh my God. So my family and my friends, we don't even go there. We don't even talk politics ever. I know better not to with many people in my life. So I'm just nope, not even doing it.
All right, let me ask you this. You've got a sneaking suspicion about the people who don't agree with you politically. It doesn't even matter which way it is.
Right.
Do you like them less because of that? You just let it be, right?
So there is a bit of that's disappointing. But it doesn't mean I don't like them. A couple of the people in question that are in my mind, I was shocked about. And I was oh, that's super disappointing that they think that. But it's not like I'm going to shun them from my life or start an issue.
Like, you still love the people in your family no matter what, right?
My best friend's parents could not be more opposite than my beliefs. Literally, it's like the most extreme opposite of me. But they're the nicest people. You know, it's like, you just don't talk about it.
I want to hear from people. If you're out there listening this morning and somehow, like, you've had a friendship breakup because of this, or a family, like, split apart, because it happens. It actually happens.
For sure.
Want to hear from you. 508-994-1071. Or do you know about a family that's all, like, upside down because of this? Like,
spill the tea.
No judgment on my part. Like, even though I'm saying I would never let that happen, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. And it's happening, and that's what's, like, insane. 508-994-1071. You can also submit audio on the Fun 107 app. It is 7:54, a 90-second news update now with Phil.
The murder in Taunton of a Brockton teen is under investigation. Taunton police were called to Lothrop Street early Thursday morning concerning a person shot in a mobile home. 17-year-old Kamitri Cole was identified as the victim and pronounced dead at the scene. A second teen was wounded. There has been no information released about possible suspects. A dramatic crash unfolded in Swansea Thursday night, leaving one person injured. A Subaru Outback was traveling near the intersection of Locust and Oak Streets when it veered off the road, smashing through a guardrail and vinyl fence. The vehicle then careened into a nearby backyard, coming to rest on its side. Emergency crews transported the driver to St. Luke's Hospital for treatment. The severity of their injuries is unknown. Authorities are now working to determine the cause. A rabid raccoon found near New Bedford's Buttonwood Park has health officials urging pet owners to vaccinate their animals. Vaccinations are available at vets, local pet stores, or a city-run clinic on November 2nd at Brooklawn Park, 10 a.m. to noon. $15 a pet. If you see a wild animal acting strangely, don't approach it. Call New Bedford Animal Control. A Fall River man is wanted for slashing the tires of dozens of cars overnight. Police say 40-year-old Liduino Tavares is suspected of damaging 56 vehicles in the city earlier this week. Authorities are urging anyone with information on Tavares or the incident to contact them at 508-676-8511. Leaders of the union representing state corrections officers are outraged after 5 guards were attacked at a prison this week. 2 of the guards were stabbed and 3 others injured in attacks by inmates at the maximum security prison in Lancaster Wednesday night. One of the guards was stabbed a dozen times, and the union says he's lucky to be alive. The union also said yesterday that the Department of Correction has not provided them with any information about what exactly happened. Polls show Vice President Harris and former President Trump deadlocked less than 7 weeks before the presidential election. According to a survey by the New York Times, the Philadelphia Inquirer, and Siena College, both are tied at 47% among nearly 2,500 likely voters. And Transformers 1 is projected to take first place when it debuts in theaters this weekend. The animated origin story is expected to bring between $30 and $40 million in its first outing. In sports, the Patriots suffered a disappointing loss to the Jets on Thursday Night Football, falling 24-3. New England looks to regroup against the San Francisco 49ers in Week 4. Meanwhile, Red Sox dropped their series finale against the Rays, losing 2-0. Boston has now lost 3 of their last 4 games. Will try to bounce back against the Minnesota Twins starting tonight at Fenway Park. Traffic and weather next. From the Blue Point Restaurant Newsroom, I'm Phil Devitt for Fun 107.
Well, man, we're getting a bunch of calls in here this morning. We're asking you, has your family been fighting about politics? Have you had friendships and stuff like that? The phones are off the hook here. 508-994-1071. You can also submit audio on the Fun 107 app. So you've got this in your family.
Hi. So whenever my mom and my daughter get together, we have a rule: they're not allowed to talk about politics because they have full-blown gone at it, and I get put in the middle of it. So they are not allowed to talk about it at all.
You know it's bad when you have to have rules.
Yes. Like, anywhere we go, I'll have to remind them, remember, we are not talking about anything politic-related tonight. I don't care what it is. It cannot come out.
Well, because feelings get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and one will say something, somebody will storm off to get very upset about it, and then each of them call me and say, wasn't I right? And I have to get put in the middle of it. And I'm like, no, neither of you are right. Just, you all have your own views, and it is what it is. That's it.
And a grandmother and a granddaughter can't be at odds like that.
I know. That breaks my heart.
Yes. So, yeah, we don't talk about it no more. That's it.
I like it.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. You know what? We'll keep the phone lines open. If your family can't even talk politics without going at with each other, or if you've got a coworker or a friendship has been harmed because of stupid politics, call us. We want to talk about it. 508-994-1071. I'll tell you what everybody can agree on is good old-fashioned barbecued food. So we're talking about the kind that gets smoked all day long, slow smoked barbecue food, brisket and pulled pork and barbecued chickens and baby back ribs. And you're going to find all of this at the Profile Tavern in East Freetown. As a matter of fact, as soon as you pull in to the Profile Tavern, you're not even parked with the car yet before you can start smelling the awesome smell of the smoked barbecue. Here's the tip, though. You got to get there early. Can't be rolling in there at 8 o'clock at night expecting to get the barbecue food because it sells out every single night. But it is definitely worth getting there early. The Profile Tavern, East Freetown. Try it this weekend. If you love barbecue, you're going to absolutely love the Profile Tavern. 7, Michael and Maddie. And on Monday morning, we're going to be on the road. We're going to be broadcasting the morning show from New Bedford.
Bum-ba-da-bum.
Going to Toast and Jam.
Sweet.
Never been to Toast and Jam yet, but
I'm excited.
I'm expecting good things.
Me too. It's fairly new in New Bedford. It used to be Sid's.
Yeah, Sid's Kitchen or something like that.
Sid's Kitchen, I want to say. The menu's looking fire, not going to lie.
So we're going there next week. We're also going to Top Shelf.
That's always a good one.
One of my faves up on the Ave. I haven't been to Home Plate yet.
I've been. It's solid.
We're going to Play Arcade.
That's always a winner.
Oh, I got to tell you, I really didn't realize the depth of their menu until because Gazelle was like, "We got to go to Play Arcade. Can we please go to Play Arcade?" I'm like, "Well, why not? Sure."
Yeah.
I'm thinking like we'll go play games.
Right. We'll have some fun.
They've got pizzas. I knew they had pizzas, but they've got way more than that.
They have way more. Their drink menu is super fun. But then I love how they have Tetris tots because that's right on brand.
Yeah.
So great.
And then we wrap up the week at Old Grist Mill. So what this means for you is you get to all these places half-price gift cards.
Love it.
So while they last, half-price gift cards to all those restaurants are going to be broadcasting live from next week as we try some of the best food on the South Coast. Our little tour next week, Restaurant Week, here at Fun 107. It is 8:23. And Phil Devitt has a look at this morning's headlines.
Taunton and state police are investigating the murder of a 17-year-old from Brockton. Dimitri Cole was shot and killed early Thursday morning in a mobile home on Lothrop Street. Another teen was injured in the shooting. No word on arrests, and the investigation is ongoing. One injured in a Swansea rollover crash Thursday night. Authorities say a Subaru Outback veered off the road near Locust and Oak Streets, striking a guardrail and fence before landing on its side in a backyard. A rabid raccoon found near New Bedford's Buttonwood Park. Residents are urged to vaccinate their pets against rabies. Contact your vet or local pet store for more information, or hang on until November 2nd when a city-run clinic will happen at Brooklawn Park. Dozens of Fall River residents woke up to find their tires slashed on Wednesday. Police believe 40-year-old Liduino Tavares is responsible. Authorities are asking for the public's help in locating him. The Massachusetts Supreme Court will hear arguments in November on Karen Reed's appeal. Reed, accused of killing her Boston police officer boyfriend, claims corrupt cops are framing her. She's appealing 2 charges, arguing the jury found her not guilty on 2 counts before the judge declared a mistrial. The Postmaster General is rejecting claims that it won't be able to handle mail-in ballots. Louis DeJoy was asked by a reporter on Thursday about Donald Trump's claim that the Postal Service might misplace mail-in ballots ahead of the 2024 election. DeJoy said he has the same response for everyone who says they're not prepared for the election. Quote, "It's that they're wrong." And cancer deaths in the U.S. have declined. That's according to a report released by the American Association for Cancer Research, which found that the cancer death rate went down by 33% between 1991 and 2021. The cancer death rate for children and adolescents has also dropped by 24% in the past 2 decades. In sports, the Patriots lost to the Jets last night, 24-3. Next game with the San Francisco 49ers a week from Sunday. Red Sox lost to the Tampa Bay Rays 2-0. Back home to play the Minnesota Twins tonight. First pitch at 7:10. Traffic and weather next. From the Blue Point Restaurant Newsroom, I'm Phil Devitt for Fun 107.
107, Michael and Maddie going to see some light rain moving through for pretty much the whole day today. Tomorrow, another kind of damp one, cloudy showers and highs up in the upper 60s. And then for Sunday, that's the pick of the weekend. It's not perfect, but at least it's going to be drier clouds from time to time with some sunshine, peaks of sunshine throughout the day and highs in the mid-60s.
I swear it was yesterday. I was coding my MySpace page and putting a bunch of filters on my profile picture, and now today I am an elder millennial. I stand in front of you as an elder, and it doesn't sit right with me, especially because I seem to be falling more and more behind. And I know that's just a circle of life, but when it comes to terminology, what's in, what's out,
You're slipping?
I'm not just slipping. I am falling off the cliff. Like,
really? But you're one of the younger millennials, aren't you?
I am, but apparently I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think all millennials are elder at this point. Like, I was born in 1993.
You were born in the 1900s.
I was. So, have you ever heard of Heather Shaw? She's a comedian. She's somewhat famous for looking exactly like Jim Carrey. It's actually...
Oh, I know that lady,
yeah. It's actually very, very funny. She's like a spitting image of him. So the joke is that she's his long-lost daughter. But she's also a comedian. She's very funny. And she had a recent stop at a college. And what she had to say about Gen Z honestly blew my mind.
I did a college gig for college students. They were all like 18, 19 years old, new students at this college. So the young Gen Z, the last of the Gen Z, basically. They taught me a lot. They were great. At the meet and greet, I learned a lot. The main thing I learned is that selfies are out. They don't call them selfies. They call them 0.5s. Did you know about this? Okay, buckle up. They take selfies like this, far up, on 0.5 setting on their camera, and they just call them 0.5s. So every kid was coming up to me and be like, can we do a 0.5? Can we do a 0.5? Let's do a 0.5. It sounded like something I would be saying when I did drugs back in the day. Like, yo, you got any 0.5? It's just selfies for the young Gen Z. I don't even think elder Gen Zs know about this. And by elder, I mean people born in like 98, 99, 2000. You're old now. Sorry.
0.5s?
Yo,
you got any 0.5?
My daughter speaks like that. She talks about 0.5s. Yeah.
Listen, I will give myself credit. I have taken a few 0.5s, but
I don't get the point.
It just makes you look better. It's
Why?
like it like elongates you and just like it's just more flattering. So yeah. The way that you're holding it doesn't make sense. You're not doing it right. But I just can't get over how I am so behind. And I'm just like...
It's not going to get any better.
It's not. And I just...
You've peaked.
That hurts.
It's okay.
Selfies are no more?
Look, is the sooner you get a hold of this, the better for yourself it's going to be.
I guess I'll just wait for my AARP card at this point.
Here's what the problem is. Once you get to where you are, there's a point where you get to a point where something new is going to come out, and you're like, I don't even want to bother learning that. And that's how it all starts. Like, you're like, I'm not into, I don't need that.
That's kind of how I feel about the new iPhone. There's a line out the door right now at the
Why? What does it do?
The Providence Mall has a line out the door at the Apple Store. It's just the new model.
But what does it do that mine doesn't do?
I have no idea. You're asking the wrong person.
No, because so there'll be some new TikTok, and you'll be like,
right.
I can't.
I can't even. Do it.
I finished a TikTok. I'm not going to go beyond this.
I feel too old to be on TikTok. I'm like, where do I go from here? Where do I go? Let's just bring back MySpace. You are incredibly creepy.
Like, you're going to either hit a grand slam with that line, or you're going to strike out miserably. If the world was ending, I'd want to be next to you.
I think it's
I don't
only...
know. Want to die with a smile?
It's only romantic if the feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
yikes.
That's usually the case with most lines.
Well, you would hope.
Die with a Smile, though.
That's some Romeo and Juliet stuff right there.
Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga on Fun 107. It is Michael and Maddie. Going to see some rain today, some rain tomorrow, and some sun and clouds on Sunday. Mostly, I think, cloudy. It's on the cloudy side. But if you're going to be doing something outside, Sunday's the day to do it.
And don't forget, you still got a couple more minutes to get your first code in, which is 511.
Could get you $30,000 in your hand. Bad news for Mattapoisett. Mattapoisett's market has closed permanently. The Poi Market, which was in the Rope Walk Plaza.
I feel like you were just talking about it opening.
Yeah, so I looked back in my records, and the first day that Poi opened was February 24th of last year. So about a year and a half. It made it about a year and a half. But I was there yesterday. It looks like they could go and turn the key and open it up tomorrow. Like it's fully stocked and ready to, go. It's not like it's bare shelves or anything, but they have told the landlords that they're out. So there's now going to be an opening there at Rope Walk. But yeah, no, that didn't last long. But I got to say, I don't know if the name helped them.
The name.
Poi Market. Because Poi is like a nickname that's kind of being forced onto Mattapoisett.
Okay.
And there are some people who love it. Some people really embrace it. And then there are others. Mattapoisett's a funny little town. It's filled with townies who've been there for generations. And they don't take kindly to new things.
Stuff. Okay.
And Poi is kind of a new thing. And I'm not saying that's why maybe people didn't go, but I don't know if it helped.
Don't know if it helped. And the name, for me, it doesn't really tell me what it's about. Like Poi Market, does that mean it's like...
I picture the fishes.
I do too. I picture fish, and I picture like high-end, unique stuff for some reason.
Unique stuff like food? Because I think you're...
like typical sauces and ingredients and herbs that you don't typically find.
That's kind of what was in there.
All right.
Yeah.
I nailed it then.
They had like Asian, Italian, American things that would help you create meals like that. But
that's tough.
Yeah. So yeah, it is tough.
We've lost a lot of good places in the past 4 years. A lot of good ones.
It's hard to, the cost of things and everything, it's crazy these days. So like the store has to pay these crazy prices and then, have to pass that along. And people are like, what?
Mm-hmm.
How much of this for some mustard? What?
Right.
So anyway, you can read more about what caused that Poi Market to close their doors permanently up on the Fun 107 app and fun107.com.